Hi, welcome to Triggered Care, and I'm Alex. Today I want to make a video about 2020, a year in review, and kind of go over where my recovery has gone and all the fallbacks that I've experienced. And then at the end, share my resolution for 2021. So first I'm going to go over the good stuff because that's the easiest stuff to talk about. This year I've gotten really involved in peer support work and feeling like my experiences are supporting others who are struggling, and that is a very wonderful feeling, along with becoming independent in ways that I've never experienced through having a job, which then leads into getting my own place and out of a toxic relationship, which was a huge benefit and positive for my life. And it has allowed me to grow in ways I honestly never thought possible, and empowering me in ways that I didn't think I would ever be empowered. It's had a lot of time with my son this year, and we have an amazing connection together, which brings me so much joy. And he is growing up, and he's so kind, and he's so amazing. I am so proud to be his mom. And my time with him this year has made my year livable. He's the best, which most moms are going to say that, but my kid is definitely a big reason why I find joy at all. And then also this year, I've strengthened my healthy toolkit of drawing more, getting more into art and writing and reading more and connecting with healthier people and expanding my network in ways that I want to and that have been really mentally and physically healthy for me. Along with, I've learned to trust my gut more and to not doubt myself all the time, which is huge. That's very big because I was predispositioned to doubt my gut all the time, and this year has definitely taught me to trust it, which I'm making good progress in that. And now getting to the bad of this year. On the top of my bad list are all the rapes and assaults that I've been through. Because first, a lot of them came from people that I've known for years and have trusted for years. Which, when you trust and love someone and then they hurt you like that, it is heartbreaking. It is life-shattering. And it is really hard to trust anybody afterwards. And it also leads to more days of having flashbacks. I've had a lot of flashbacks added to my repertoire of flashbacks now, just from this year alone. And that's been really difficult. I've also lost a lot of friends, mostly due to just them not talking to me anymore, because my emotionality has pushed a lot of my old connections away. And as I grow away from old connections. And then having to find new supports, which can be really daunting and depressing sometimes, feeling like I don't have any family, I don't have any friends, I don't have any old connection or like line of love that I can go to for support, and that's really isolating and kind of feels horrible. Along with having to cut out friends or loved ones who are raping me and assaulting me, and going through that heartbreak of this was a huge support in my life, and now I don't trust them at all. And now I have to debate on whether I'm going to even talk to my loved ones, my other loved ones, about what they did to me, because in some cases I did talk to my friends about people who have raped me or assaulted me, and they just plain out didn't believe me and chose to excommunicate me because of that. And that was a really hard process to go through. On a more national sad level, the pandemic, which then bleeds into personal lives because isolation is making me create a new support network way harder. It makes connection way harder when you can't just hang out with a new person because you're worried about COVID and feeling like I'm stuck in my house all the time, which then leads to holidays being harder. I had the worst Christmas of my life this year because I was by myself most of the day, just feeling unloved and unwanted, and it was really awful. Along with a general fear that's been added to any store trip I go to, even going to the gas station, just that constant fear of, does somebody have COVID here? Am I going to get infected? I can't afford to be sick. I can't afford to be quarantined. What is life? Pretty much questioning everything all the time. And then the last bad of this year that I'm going to list out is the social and political hardships and the riots and the social injustice that we see time and time and time again that wears on you, and it's worn on me, and just that feeling of despair and doom piling up in my gut, making it difficult to eat, making it difficult to trust people in general, making it easier to stereotype people, and just trying to find the calm in that constant adrenaline world of things are falling apart and I don't know how to stop it. I want to stop it. I want people to settle down. I want people to connect with each other. But no matter how many times I scream about it over the internet, everybody seems set on fighting and being self-righteous, and even having myself fall into that sometimes of getting defensive or getting upset with people where I want to cut them out because they don't think the same way that I do. So that's been really difficult. And at the end of the day, what I think of all of this is life is about balance and not repressing the bad times and not becoming apathetic because you've been through bad times. Plenty of times this year, I wanted to turn my emotions off. I didn't want to feel anything because all that I was feeling was despair. And sometimes I did become numb and I did become somewhat apathetic towards myself because I don't want to feel the sting of somebody betraying me. I don't want to feel the sting of realizing that somebody had exploited me and had taken advantage of me, or the sting of feeling stupid that I was preyed upon and I didn't see it till it was way too late. And that's been really difficult, but a big part of that was me repressing all the red flags that I came across and then being surprised that I got physically hurt at the end of it. And so my resolution for this year is to changing my perspective and wanting what I have while also working towards joy as much as I can and staying grounded, along with changing my expectations to be as positive as I can while still being realistic. Because throughout my video diaries, I started noticing something. I started noticing that I would be like, well, this month is probably going to be a bad month because of past experiences and recognizing trauma anniversaries, and then putting that expectation in my brain of like, well, I had a bad winter last winter, it will probably be another bad winter this winter. and then being like, you know what, that's not helpful towards me. Like, that's not helpful for me at all to expect bad things to happen to me, because that's going to become a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. And so very slowly over the last couple months, I've been correcting myself in that. So when I'm venting and ranting, like, oh, it's probably going to be a bad week this week, and catching myself and being like, wait, no, I will find joy in this week. I will have good days in this week. It might not be the easiest, but that doesn't mean that it is going to be bad. And I'm still going through a lot right now, so my memory is not the greatest, but I have had more good days where I wake up and I'm feeling better than normal, because I'm putting that expectation from purely like, oh, it's going to be a bad one, to, well, I want it to be a happy, joyous one, but even if it's not happy and joyous, I will find good moments. And changing that prophecy to a more positive mindset. And part of that also, why I wanted to share that, is because I also am noticing when people around me are putting that negative expectation on things. And that goes hand in hand with not repressing the bad things. Are things great right now? Not especially. We still need to acknowledge the bad. But we can still make ourselves more functional by putting what positives we can, where we can, when we can, taking that opportunity to make us more open to positive experiences when things are grim and bleak. So that's my video for today. I hope everybody has a very good New Year celebration, or just hanging out at home and it's relaxing. And 2020 was a rough one, and putting that hope out there that 2021 brings relief, brings freedom for the people who are locked up, who shouldn't be locked up, along with continuing the social justice agenda of let people be who they are, and stop locking up kids, you know? So everybody have good ones, and sending love to all of you.